I'm an author, and I do authorly things like record my own audiobooks. And you can too. I come to you today from my home theater, a room of poor light but excellent sound. When we're not watching movies in here, this becomes my recording studio. Today, with my trusty X1 condenser microphone, a regular old laptop, and the Audacity software, I'm going to show you how I record an audiobook from go to whoa. This is my whole entire process, from initial raw reading to a finished product, ready to pass Audible's quality assurance. Let me introduce you to my microphone. There it is, sitting right there. That's my microphone. Kind of hard to see in the dark. But a microphone isn't for looking at, it's for listening to. So I'm going to fire up Audacity. I've got a script of 3 paragraphs ready to go, and this is my process.
Here I have opened Audacity 3. Your layout might look slightly different as the toolbars are customizable. Here's the playback control panel. Here's the zoom tools. Here's the audio setup. I check my playback device. That's good. I check my recording device. Jack mic. Good. I check my recording channel is set to mono. We're good to go. Here's my playback meter. Here's my record meter. If I click on this button and select Start Monitoring, I can get a real-time measure of the signal that's coming into my mic. This is a test of my microphone. It's too warm. I dropped the signal about 5%. This is a test of my microphone. This is better. Time to lay down some track. I hit the record button. I'll expand my recording window so you can see better. I don't speak for the first few seconds so I can capture room tone. This will be my sound floor. Clear the throat. Chapter 1. Adrastea descended into the dark. As her feet touched the cellar's stone floor, the scent of brandy enveloped her. It was stronger here, smelling of peaches and hot summer days and possibly forbidden kisses. Oh dear, something had broken. Up in the still room, Ari Healer peered into the cellar, her anxiety palpable. Her skinny hands gripped the top of the ladder and she sniffled. Was it my barrel? Please tell me it wasn't my barrel. I don't know. Something shivered at the... Let's try that again. Something shimmered at the edge of Adrastea's vision. The auras? Let's try that again. The auras? Everything had an aura. She pushed away Ari's worry and squinted into the darkness. Was it a bottle of new brandy that broke? Or the barrel of old brandy? Please, not the new brandy. Adrastea had worked so hard distilling enough. Her heart ached at the thought of losing even 1 drop. And a few seconds of room tone at the end. I press the stop button to stop recording. The length of this raw track is 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Let's name this Go to Woah 2. Save. Now that our track is laid down and saved, it's time to do my editing passes. Here, I'm going to zoom in for my first editing pass. I right-click on the amplitude bar to get the zoom menu. I like to do a 4x zoom for this next step. If you have a look at our room tone, you can see it as that thick line. This is about -60 decibel room tone. This is our noise floor. I'm going to highlight it here. Before I do any further editing, I like to correct for noise reduction. I go Effect, Noise Reduction. Noise reduction has 2 steps. I've already highlighted my noise floor sample. I click the Get Noise profile to capture it. Next, I'm going to select the entire piece using Ctrl-A for Select All. I'll scoot the file over so you can see more of the signal. There we go, all selected. Again, Effect, Noise Reduction. This time we're doing Step 2. I check that my levels are where I want them, and I've selected Reduce. I can preview an effect before I apply it, but I'm living dangerously today. Okay, notice the noise floor has dropped. I'm going to zoom in so I can see my signal a bit better. Now I'm going to select about 1/3 of a second of room tone. I'm going to copy that to the clipboard. This is going to be my paste over sample. I'll show you later what I intend to do with this. Now it's time for my first editing pass. I go through the file backwards, from end to beginning, and visually look for anything I want to remove. I'm looking for breath marks, unwanted noise, and big space gaps. This is what one of my breath marks looks like, sort of aerofoil shaped. I highlight it, and then I'll take that paste over sample I selected earlier, and I'll paste it over the breath mark. This preserves the timing of my file. Paste. Here's another breath mark, a bit sharper, and again, highlight and paste with Ctrl-V. Here we go, another breath mark and extra space. Delete. I don't need to preserve that extra timing. This is a subtle click noise, so delete, without losing too much time. And so I go through this file looking for breath marks and other unwanted noise and either delete or paste over if I need to preserve the timing. Ah, what's this? Dialogue or a throat clear? Let's listen. Dialogue. We'll let it be. How about this noise? Inhalation. Out it goes. And this bit of rumbly noise? Gone. Breath mark. Gone. And that extra space? Don't need that. Lots of space with noise. Let's get rid of that. I hope you are recognizing the shapes of unwanted noises. This makes for a faster editing pass. The obvious ones I can mark and remove. Anything that looks sus, I will listen to and judge accordingly. Here we see a big time gap with signal that looks, to me, like it might be a throat clearing. I highlight it and listen. Yeah, we don't want that. More noise? Gone. What's that? I recognize the breath mark, but the rest? Ah, noise. This looks like dialogue. Yep.
Oh dear.
More silence than noise? Still has to go. What else have we got? Sound, sound, sound. Breath mark. That's subtle and human. I'll keep that. Tighten up that silence. Same here. Breath mark. Ooh, noise? Or terminal plosive? Plosive, we'll keep. Noise cleanup via paste over. Same here.
Chapter
Looks like
1.
we've reached the beginning of the file. Sweet. Let's clean out all this early noise, the coughing, the throat clearing, that sort of thing. We want to preserve about 3 seconds of clean room tone at the beginning. We'll trim the rest. Yeah, get rid of all that. Okay, let's have a look at this. Yep, looks good, looks good. The spacing between dialogue looks regular. Nothing is jumping out at me. Look at that. Clean out that last bit of unwanted noise. Our file is now down to 1 minute 30 seconds, cut down from 2 minutes 10. And a quick save via Control S. Time for our second editing pass. I'm going to reset the zoom. Now we're going to listen to the file forward and edit out any unwanted stuff we didn't catch on the first pass. Now we listen to the file forward and mark anything that needs removal or other adjustments.
Chapter 1. Adrastea descended into the dark. As her feet touched the cellar's stone floor.
Need to close the time gap after stone floor for pacing purposes. Let's listen to that again for quality check.
As her feet touched the cellar's stone floor, the scent of brandy enveloped her.
Better.
It was stronger here.
Little noise. Bye.
It was stronger here, smelling of peaches and hot summer days and possibly forbidden kisses. Oh dear, something had broken.
Let's tighten up that pause. Quality check.
Oh dear, something had broken. Up in the still room, Ari Healer peered into the cellar, her anxiety palpable. Her skinny hands gripped the top of the ladder and she sniffled. Was it my barrel? Please tell me it wasn't my barrel. I don't know.
Now we need to insert a longer pause between characters' dialogue. We need space for the story to breathe. I'll insert the paste over room tone.
Tell me it wasn't my barrel. I don't know. Something shivered at the... Let's try that
When
again.
I make a narration mistake, my marker is, let's try that again.
Something shivered at the... Let's try that again. Something shimmered at...
This is a clue from narrator me to editor me that I've redone this line. I will cut out the mistake and the marker.
I don't know. Something shimmered at the edge of Adrastia's vision.
Better.
The auras? Let's try that again. The auras?
Frog in my throat. Let's clean it up.
The auras? Everything had an aura. She pushed away Ari's worry and squinted into the darkness. Was it a bottle of new brandy that broke? Or the barrel of old brandy? Please, not...
I need more space in between lines.
Or the barrel of old brandy? Please, not the new brandy. A drop...
What was that little noise? Did you catch it? I did. I'll zoom in and you can have a look. Let's listen to this line.
Not the new brandy.
There's a strange noise at the end of the line. About right here. Did you hear it? Gone.
Please, not the new brandy. Adrastia had worked so hard distilling enough. Her heart ached at the thought of...
I hear a wet mouth noise at 109.4.
Her heart ached.
Right here. Gone.
Her heart ached at the thought of losing even one drop.
And we're done. That's the second editing pass. We want to leave about 5 seconds of room tone at the end. We can delete the extra. Our file is down to 1 minute 18. Now it's time to master our file. We've already done our noise reduction, so we don't have to do that again unless needed. But first, let's run an ACX check on this. First, select the whole file, then Analyze, ACX check. Look at that! Noise floor is fine, so no more noise reduction, but the RMS level needs fixing. Okay, with our file still selected, I go to Effect, RMS Normalize. It's all the way down my menu. There it is. Our target range for RMS is between neg 18 decibels and neg 23. I'm going to choose neg 19 for some wiggle room. Watch what happens with our sound amplitude. Whoa, spiky much? Let's run ACX check. Noise floor is still good, RMS level is good, but our peak level has spiked. This is why we do our mastering steps in this order. All right, one more mastering step to go. I go Effect, Limiter. Our top limit is neg 3 decibels, so I'm going to hedge and choose neg 4. Immediately, you see our signal limited to a maximum amplitude of negative 4 decibels. Let's see what ACX check says now. Hey, we're passing ACX check! Good job, team! That's our mastering done. Only thing left after a good Control-S save is to export our file. Saving project. Let's export. To export our file, we go File, Export, Export as MP3. MP3 is an industry standard format. Let's give our file a name. Go to Woah 2. Check our format options are bitrate, constant, 192 kilobytes per second, and force export to mono. OK! Save. Our metadata tag fields pop up automatically. You want to populate each field. Here's what I'm putting in for this file. Name, track title, album title, track number, year, genre, and comments, if you want. You could save these pre-filled fields as a template for multiple chapters if you want. Click OK to save this metadata information. There you have it! We're done! We've just created a pro-level audiobook file to industry standards. Let's listen to the final product. Chapter 1. Adrastea descended into the dark. As her feet touched the cellar's stone floor, the scent of brandy enveloped her. It was stronger here, smelling of peaches and hot summer days and possibly forbidden kisses. Oh dear, something had broken. Up in the still room, Ari Healer peered into the cellar, her anxiety palpable. Her skinny hands gripped the top of the ladder and she sniffled. Was it my barrel? Please tell me it wasn't my barrel. I don't know. Something shimmered at the edge of Adrastea's vision. The auras? Everything had an aura. She pushed away Ari's worry and squinted into the darkness. Was it a bottle of new brandy that broke? Or the barrel of old brandy? Please, not the new brandy. Adrastea had worked so hard distilling enough. Her heart ached at the thought of losing even one drop.
So there you go. There's my process of recording an audiobook from go to whoa. I laid down my track. I did several editing passes. I mastered my files and then I exported it as an MP3. If you want more in-depth information about how you can record your own audiobooks, check out the author's guide to recording your own audiobooks. This Aussie-friendly book shows you everything you need to know, including microphones, software, narration techniques, editing, mastering, and more. Available where all good books are sold. I wish you well and good luck in recording your own audiobooks.